Prime Minister Narendra Modi received a rousing welcome at Israel's parliament, the Knesset, where members gave him a standing ovation, the first ever address by an Indian Prime Minister at the House. Chants of Modi, Modi echoed through the Knesset as he arrived alongside Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The Speaker of the Knesset, Amir Ohana, welcomed him in Hindi, calling him one of the defining statesmen of our times. Earlier, PM Modi held a private meeting with the Prime Minister of Israel, Netanyahu, soon after landing at the Ben Gurion International Airport. The two leaders discussed ways to strengthen bilateral ties, focusing on technology, water management, agriculture, and regional developments. Netanyahu described PM Modi as a great friend, highlighting the close personal bond between them.
You know, heads of state, prime ministers, they come to the Knesset, we greet them warmly, and it's always an exciting moment. For all of us, and for me too. But I have to tell you, Narendra, my dear friend, I am deeply, deeply moved by your visit here today. Because I have to be diplomatic, I will not rank it. I'll get into trouble. But I've never been more moved than by your visit here with us, a great friend of Israel, a great champion of the Indian-Israeli alliance, and a great leader on the world stage. Welcome to Jerusalem, my dear friend, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and your distinguished delegation. Welcome to Jerusalem. Now, I said, Narendra, my dear friend, these are not just words. I would almost venture to say, more than a friend, a brother. In many ways, brothers.
Recalled Prime Minister Modi's previous visit to Israel's Mediterranean coast, saying that while they may not have walked on water, the two countries have performed miracles since then. Netanyahu said bilateral ties have strengthened significantly, with trade doubling, cooperation tripling, and mutual understanding quadrupling over the years.
A wondrous friendship, both personally, between the two of us, and between our two countries and our two peoples. India is a gigantic power of almost 1.5 billion people. Israel is somewhat smaller, somewhat. But Israel is gigantic too. It's a gigantic power, gigantic in spirit, gigantic indeed, capable of performing miracles. And I want to say that the alliance between us is an enormous multiplier of our individual powers. Enormous multiplier. It's a multiplier of the spirit and the multiplier of deeds and capabilities. We are two ancient civilizations going back thousands of years. And if you look at where human civilization developed on the planet, it developed in a few places. And chief among them, the Indus Valley and the Jordan Valley. These are the places where enormous things developed, enormous spiritual things, conceptual things, matters of the heart, matters of the mind, matters of morality. We're two ancient civilizations, and we had to go through the voyage of time, the odyssey of time, with so many trials and tribulations, and yet 80 years ago we emerged, the two of us, from British rule, almost 80 years, almost at the same time, achieved our independence. We share so many common interests. We're two democracies. You're a gigantic democracy, but Israel is also. Think about what we had to do, what we had to go through, and how we maintained our democracy against challenges that I believe few countries, if any, have faced. We are now deepening our deep bond. In a world where anti-Semitism is rising, India stands out. A civilization where Jews were never persecuted by the state, only welcomed. We don't forget that too. Thank you, India.
Addressing the Knesset, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi called it a privilege and honor to stand before the distinguished house, and added that he spoke not only as India's Prime Minister but as a representative of one of ancient civilizations addressing another. Prime Minister Modi took a firm stand against extremism, declaring that no cause can ever justify the killing of innocent civilians and that nothing can excuse terrorism. Drawing parallels with India's own painful history, he recalled the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks where innocent lives were lost, including Israeli citizens. PM Modi said India remembers that tragedy and stands united in grief and resolve. He reaffirmed that India follows a consistent and uncompromising policy of zero tolerance towards terrorism with no double standards.
Honorable members, I also carry with me the deepest condolences of the people of India for every life lost and for every family whose world was shattered in the barbaric terrorist attack by Hamas on October 7. We feel your pain. We share your grief. India stands with Israel firmly, with full conviction in this moment and beyond. No cause can justify the murder of civilians. Nothing can justify terrorism. India has also endured the pain of terrorism for a long time. We remember the 26/11 Mumbai attacks and the innocent lives lost, including Israeli citizens. Like you, we have consistent and uncompromising policy of zero tolerance for terrorism with no double standards. Terrorism aims to destabilize societies, to block development, and to erode trust. Countering terrorism requires sustained and coordinated global action because terror anywhere threatens peace everywhere. That is why India supports all efforts that contribute to durable peace and regional stability. Some years ago, when you concluded the Abraham Accords, we applauded your courage and vision. It was a moment of new hope for a long troubled region. Since then, the situation has changed significantly. The path is even more challenging. Yet, it is important to sustain that hope. The Gaza Peace Initiative that was endorsed by the UN Security Council offers a pathway. India has expressed its firm support for the initiative. We believe that it holds the promise of a just and durable peace for all the people of the region, including by addressing the Palestine issue. Let all our efforts be guided by wisdom, courage, and humanity. The road to peace is not always easy, but India joins you and the world for dialogue, peace, and stability in this region.